Hello and welcome back to module number 3 in video storytelling. So module number 3 is all about different types of video that truly every business can get behind and create. And then some of our favorite editing tools in a few different categories that can help bring your videos to life. So let's start with our video types. Now we've got 8 of them, okay? And it's certainly not limited to this list, but here's a great starting point. And I truly think that every business, every brand can make any of these videos for their marketing purposes. So the first kind of video is a product or product update video. Now we see product videos all the time. This is a really great way to explain what it is that a new product has to offer, the features of it. And or maybe it's just an update to a product. To even think back to Apple videos when they come out with a new iPhone. Oftentimes there's a video somewhere in their marketing efforts, whether it's on their website or on social media or even in their advertisements, that simply explain what it is that this new iPhone has to offer, all the new features of it. So we can easily use product and product update videos as a way to explain, especially a more complicated product or service offering. Now, number 2 is explainer videos. This is just a fancy word for a how-to video, a really awesome educational tool. So an educational video that maybe explains a more complicated process, a lengthy process, or maybe it's just a quick how-to video to equip your audience with skills to do something, or even how to use your product or service in the best way. So explainer videos can go a long way on social media. Now, number 3 is onboarding. Now, this is great. Let's say you have a membership or you have, a complicated process when somebody chooses to buy your service or buy your product. An onboarding video can almost be like a user's manual, but it's a little bit more updated. So it maybe if it's a little bit more complicated of a process, you have some video content that kind of onboards new customers into your brand's family, into your business's fold. Now, number 4, more of an internal video, but internal training videos. And I think a lot of businesses, especially bigger ones, are kind of leaning towards creating video content for training purposes so that they can sort of streamline this process and put a bunch of people, new hires, through a training program all at the same time without having to devote people to take them through the training steps. Now, number 5 is another really great option, testimonial videos. We all love to hear how a product or a service impacted previous customers and how it impacted their life. What was their experience with your company? If you can set the stage for other people to engage and tell the story of your brand, that's going to go a long way with your potential customers, with the prospective ones. So can you turn some of your testimonials from your most loyal customers, your most happy customers, can you turn those testimonials into video content? At the end of the day, it's just a simple ask. And 9 times out of 10, that client, that happy customer, they're going to say yes. All you have to do is ask if they're willing. I do find that if you ask them in the moment after they've just gushed about how awesome your company is or how much they've enjoyed their experience working with you, that's when you're going to be able to get that video testimonial right there on the spot. Doesn't have to be polished. Remember that people care about the content of the video more than they care about the quality or the design of it. Promotional videos, of course, are a no-brainer. Whether it's promoting an upcoming event or maybe a new product that is going to be launching in the future. Promotional videos are definitely a tool that many businesses can use, and they can take lots of different forms, but the objective of them would be to promote something. Company culture videos. These are really fun to make, arguably the most fun type of video to make because it's truly just showcasing how awesome your company is and the culture that you have to offer. This is an awesome way to show the humans behind the brand, show the personality of the team and the people who run the company on a day-to-day basis. And then last but not least are social media videos. And these can take lots of different forms. They can truly be any of the previous 7 types that we've just discussed. But the thing about social media videos is that you keep your objective in mind and the distribution platform. Where are they going to be shared? What's the main platform for their publication? If it's going to be on Instagram Reels, we know it's only going to be a 15 to 30-second video. So it's going to be really short and it's going to be maybe a bit more fun and lighthearted in nature. So really thinking about where it's going to appear on social media so that you can plan and produce your video accordingly. Let's take a look at this example. Okay, so that is truly it. It was less than 10-second video, and this would be a product video. And this is truly just showing this brand of iPhone case, how thin the product is. It's a thin, lightweight case, and that is not necessarily conveyed as easily in just a photo. So they just took to a really simple, silent, there's not even music set to it, product video to showcase what their product looks like, and so that you can get a look for the feel of it way more than you can out of just a photo. So let's take a peek at some of our favorite editing apps. Now, I broke it down into 3 different categories. And the first category I wanted to share was just basic editing apps, if you just need to do the basics. These are 3 of our favorites. Now, iMovie is great for Apple users. It comes free on all Apple computers and laptops, but they also have a free app that you can download on your phone. It's great for people on a budget because it is free, of course, and it's perfect for basic video editing. There's no bells and whistles, there's nothing fancy. I'm a self-taught iMovie editor, so if I can learn how to do it, I truly believe that anybody can. The next app is Splice, available on, I believe, both operating systems. Don't quote me on that, Android users, but it's best for editing multiple clips together quickly, okay? It's really awesome if you have a bunch of short clips and you just need to splice them together. Now, last but not least, and this is probably one of my favorite ones, especially on my mobile phone, is Adobe Premiere Clip. And this is the mobile version of Adobe Premiere. Now, it's better for slightly above basic mobile video editing. You're going to get a few more features, a few more bells and whistles than in iMovie, but it's still relatively easy to use. And the mobile app is free. I believe there are some upgrades available, but the free version does the trick. Now, a few of my favorite focus editing apps that are going to be a little bit more specific for certain types of video. The first is Biteable, and this is a really fun tool. Now, this I've used actually on a desktop computer before, not on my mobile device, and it is really awesome for explainer videos, those how-to videos. And they have a ton of different templates, and you can create some really cool animated explainer videos, and you don't need a lot of experience to do so. They have templates, they make it dead easy, and they kind of walk you through the process. So even if you have no video editing experience, you're able to make some pretty cool looking explainer videos using Biteable. Now, Zubtitle, this is our go-to when it comes to putting captions and subtitles into our video content. We know that the majority of people are watching videos without the sound on. So that's something to think about if your video does have a lot of script or a lot of talking in it. Especially if you're sharing it on social media. Maybe you do want to have some subtitles, or at the very least, some captions that are highlighting your key messages. Zubtitle is a really awesome tool for that. You can do one video for free, and then it does prompt you to upgrade your account, but it's relatively inexpensive. And if you're going to be creating a lot of video content that requires those captions and subtitles, this is definitely a great investment to make. And then last but not least, for all those GoPro users, if you are doing a lot of your shooting on GoPro devices, the GoPro app is a really awesome app because it's great for editing all of your GoPro footage on any operating system. Now, our last category of editing apps is social. So social media devoted ones. Now, the first one I'm going to go into a little bit more detail with shortly, but it's Magisto. And it's probably my #1 favorite video editing app. It is best for quick professional looking videos for inexperienced makers. It has AI incorporated into it, artificial intelligence, so that it creates the videos for you. All you have to do is upload your video clips, even still images, maybe some text, a logo, and it's going to put it together in a way that makes sense based on their AI. You can choose your song. You can choose the different sort of template for your transitions and animations, and it's going to create a really cool professional looking video way easier than I could ever try and put together in iMovie or Adobe Premiere Clip. Now, the other two, and we all know them, but they certainly are worth mentioning here because video content doesn't have to be really extensive. It doesn't have to be really involved by any means. A quick boomerang or even a hyperlapse goes a long way for engaging your audience. So boomerang, this is even one of the features in your Instagram stories. It just creates those short looping video clips. So this is just a fun way to bring a still photo to life. And hyperlapse is really great for taking some video footage of maybe a drawn out process, and it records it at high speed. It speeds it up into a hyperlapse video. So this is a really great way to kind of show a drawn out process in a different way. I remember we created a hyperlapse at the start of a conference. So the conference registration period takes place over an hour, and an empty auditorium goes from no people sitting in it to 200 people sitting in it. So we set up our camera on a tripod, just our phone on a tripod, and we set it up in hyperlapse. We press play and we left it. So it was a 1 hour video, but we were able to speed it up so fast that it turned itself into a 1 minute video, that hour-long process. So all of a sudden you could kind of feel the energy and the atmosphere of this buzzing auditorium going from 0 people to 200 people in just 60 seconds. Okay, so I want to take a bit of time and talk about Magisto, since it is my #1 favorite video editing tool right now, because it uses AI and truly anybody can use it. You do not have to be an experienced editor or videographer to be able to create some really cool looking videos, especially for social media purposes. So this is what the dashboard looks like. Now, Magisto is a little bit more expensive than some of the other options. It's, if you want to do monthly, it's cheaper, of course, if you choose an annual membership. But if you just want to go monthly, meaning you can cancel at any time, it's $27.99 per month. However, you do get the first 30 days free. So I remember I took advantage of that 30-day free trial and I made as many videos as I possibly could. And then I went to that monthly, so that even if I only had it for 3 months, a $90 spend is still a whole lot better than if I were to hire somebody to create all of the videos I was able to make. So I want to show you and unplug my headphones because I wanted to show you 2 different videos here. So I did a bit of a hyperlapse. I sped it up in some way, but I showed you the process, how easy and quick it is to create a video. And then I wanted to show you the final product. So let's start with the process. Okay, so this is what it looks like, the Magisto dashboard. And you would simply log into your account. You would click on the green button, make a video. And then you would start by selecting what video clips you want. You would either upload from your computer, or if you've already uploaded a bunch of video clips, they do stay saved in your media library. So you can go to your media library and you can select all the clips. Now, 10 to 20-second video clips work best. So I took one professional video that we had at Social School. It was a 1-minute video, and I split it into about 6 different video clips. Then I took a bunch of our professional photos that we get taken from every conference, and I uploaded a bunch of those, all of my favorites. So it was a combination of short 10-second video clips. I took the sound out of it, so they're just silent audio clips or silent video clips, and then selected some of my favorite still photos. Okay. And you can kind of play around with this as you go. So you don't necessarily know how many you want to add at first. So I just started by adding, about 4 or 5 different video clips and maybe 10 different photos, and thought, okay, let's take a peek and let's see what that does. It was 13 videos and 13 photos and 3 videos. So then you go through and you choose your editing style. So this is where all of their templates kind of bring your clips to life. And they have different categories you can search through. If you have an account, you're going to have access to more available to you, of course. You can kind of get a little bit of a preview. Some of them you can customize with your own brand colors. Okay. So if you find one that you like and you look at the preview to kind of see what sort of like animations and what sort of graphic effects that they have on there. So then you choose your template. Then it brings you to your music selection. Okay. And they have a bunch of just sort of house music right here in their library. You can upload your own, but you have to be careful about copyright infringements there. Make sure that you've either purchased the song or you have permission to use it. So I just use one of the ones that they have in their stock library. So then here, it's going to tell you, this is going to be about 53 seconds. It will automatically kind of put together what the duration thinks it should be. You can then adjust this. If you only want it to be a 40-second video, you can choose that and it's going to cut it accordingly. You can upload your logo if you want that to appear on the whole video in the corner. And then your business card, this is going to appear at the very end of your video. Okay. Kind of almost just like as a screen with text. I never choose that. It just looks a little tacky to me. So then you create your preview. This is the part I sped up. It takes about 2 minutes, okay? And then all of a sudden you have a video that's spit out. Oftentimes it's not perfect on the first get-go, and that's okay. So then you can choose to go to your storyboard and make a few adjustments to it. So you click on storyboard and it's going to show you what this looks like. It's going to show you all the clips, and it's cut it apart even more than from your 10-second clips. It's taken a 10-second clip and you can see here that they're 1-second segments. It's arranged things in a certain order. So if you thought that 2 photos didn't necessarily look good side by side, you can drag and drop those into a different place. You can choose to delete it from your video completely or just hide it. So you can kind of play around with the order of things if you didn't like how things had shown up based on their sort of AI at the get-go. Then you can go into your editing style. If you didn't like the template that you chose, you can choose to change that here. Same with your soundtrack. You could change out the music. And then in video settings, you can choose heavy effects, medium, light, same with the speed of them. And then the video orientation, which is awesome. So keeping in mind your distribution, do you want it to be portrait, maybe for an Instagram story, square if you're posting it on a feed, or do you want to keep it landscape? And that's it. That's all it takes. And then you can kind of save it from there. Okay, so I want to show you the finished product. Now, like I said before, usually you have to go into your storyboard and edit your video a little bit. What it spits out on the first try usually requires a little bit of tweaking, but I was quite proud of myself because in this instance, it was a one-try wonder. So it took about 7 minutes, maybe 10 minutes to create this video. And on the first try, this is what Magisto spit out. Let's take a look. So there you have it, a 40-second video showing you what the atmosphere and energy of a conference looks like. And all it took was a few video clips, short video clips, as well as a few professional photos that we had. Now, I don't know about you, but I would never have been able to do all of those transitions and cool sort of video and photo effects that this video had. So I implore you to try Magisto, even just for the 30-day free trial. It is a really cool tool that really makes you feel as though you are a star videographer when in fact you have little to no experience. So that concludes module number 3. So we will see you back here for the 4th and final module, and it's all about planning, publishing, and promoting your video content. I'll see you back here for the final module.